Well, I just got off the phone with the FBI and the Department of Justice, and that was an interesting conversation. But I have some excellent news to share with all of you and some pretty hilarious details on how we got to this point. Now, I haven't been very public about a lot of the stuff going on with swatting. It is my opinion and the opinion of many other people that doing this is an attempt on somebody's life, especially if you have dogs like I do, German Shepherds. Everything bad imaginable could happen and has happened. People have lost their lives to swatting. People have lost their pets to swatting. And I've always viewed this type of charge as extraordinarily serious. My family has been terrorized multiple times by this over the years, including one time in which they ripped my wife from her bed at 2:00 in the morning in her bed sleep attire and handcuffed her in front of the whole neighborhood. And it is a humiliating experience. It is an experience that is not something I would wish on anybody else. But I am happy to report to you today that the individual who has done that has been caught by the FBI and is now facing a minimum of 20 years in federal pound me in the rear end prison. One like for each drop of the soap. Leave a like on this video, hoping he drops the soap. Each like will be one drop of the soap. Now I'm going to get into all that details to celebrate. I wouldn't be me if I didn't remind you. The Quartering.com's membership program has a Black Friday early sale to the first 100 people that join. So the Quartering.com/join. Promo code monthly40 will save you 40% off your first monthly membership, or yearly 20 will save you off an already discounted annual membership. So everyone should get the annual if they're considering. It's by far the cheapest. But we are using that membership to upgrade our server, to bring on more co-hosts like Gothics, like Hannah Claire, who comes back next week, Melanie Mack, Styx Hexenhammer. I pay all of my co-hosts, and that's what your membership goes directly to. And in exchange for that, you get 3 members-only videos per week, only available on thequartering.com. You get discounts, 15% off ammunition. Okay, that alone will pay for your membership. 20% off Coffee Brand coffee orders. Single orders. That will pay for your membership. 15% off Biltong, 30% off Sheath, an extra discount on Meta PCs, and so many more that will pay for your members' membership in and of themselves, and more getting added every month. There's also a members-only Discord where you can interact directly with me, Melanie Mack, and other members of my crew, and we're actually in there, unlike other people. Maggie is in there. My wife may join. So as a celebration, I'm asking you to join the Quartering.com, and I'm giving a massive discount, promo code monthly40, yearly 20, to join to the first 100. I think there's like 60 spots, 70 spots left. So if you join, the promo code works, you're good. And I mean, these videos, we've probably almost 100 members only videos already that are all evergreen. So they should all be interesting at all times. Now, to discuss the letter I got and the phone call I had with the Department of Justice. So I received a letter from the Department of Justice today during live stream, and I was like, well, I better read that. So my wife was like, hey, we got a letter from the FBI. So we should probably look at this. So I went down and looked at it, and it was from a victim specialist at the FBI. And they were contacting us because we had been identified as a victim of a federal crime. Now, I wasn't sure what that was at first. I was like, oh, is it identity theft? What's going on? I quick checked my, credit cards to make sure there's no weird charges. I did a credit report check. I didn't have any, I didn't buy an RV or something like that. So I had no idea what it even was. And so I was like, well, I better call. Now, it says throughout the investigation, you may receive multiple notifications. The purpose of this initial letter is to notify you that this case is currently under investigation. If the investigation results in the filing of federal charges, which it seems like it has, notifications will be sent to you and the United States Attorney Office. The best way to communicate to us is with this, inbox stuff. I'm not going to share that. There's a large number of potential victims in this case. So, the updates will be continued in our online system, this, that, and the other thing. Some of the other stuff going on here. Now, the email that they told me to email was indicative of what the crime was. And this is what I've been able to find. This is what appears to be going on with the case. If you're unfamiliar with swatting, it's sending the cops to somebody's house saying, "Oh my God, it's anonymous tip. I've decapitated my wife and I'm going to do this or that." That's what they kept saying that I would do. And they would show up, find that. The first time was obviously the only time that they surrounded the house. They had the big SWAT vehicle, very scary stuff. Every time after that, they would just send an officer over to make sure that everyone was alive. We even got to the point, hilariously, because it would always happen during my live stream, I wouldn't say anything, but I would get a text and I would say something to the stream like, "I got to go to the bathroom," or "I got to go downstairs to do something," or whatever. I would just poke my head out the window and the cop would be in the driveway and would just give me a piece and then leave. Because they have to investigate it, right? So, those were not really as much of any kind of inconvenience because I would get a text. I had their number on, saved in my phone. No big deal. Obviously wasting taxpayer funds. But now I'm assuming that this is the case I found. An 18-year-old apparently pled guilty to 4 counts of making interstate threats to injure the person or one person or another. They face a maximum penalty of 5 years of prison in every single count. They are going to be sentenced February 11th, 2025, and it is my sincerest hope to be at that sentencing. That is on what is the date? It is on a Tuesday. I will be at that sentencing. I'm personally named in it. I should be allowed to be at that sentencing. I should be allowed to face the person that did this stuff to me and my family. And I should be allowed to grift off of it. So I will be using your new memberships. Hopefully a bunch of you will join today to fund that trip, because that is my plan. My plan is to fly down there and get a front row seat to be breathing on the neck of this individual the entire time. That's my right. Okay? I'm not going to do anything stupid. I just want to be there. I want this person to know that I'm enjoying watching them go to federal pound me in the rear end prison for a minimum of 20 years. I will be attending the sentencing. Should it be open? And since I'm a victim of it, I would assume I can get in. I've asked the FBI if they will allow it. They're going to get back to me. The prosecution of today's guilty plea reaffirms the Justice Department's commitment to using all tools to hold accountable every individual who endangers their community through swatting and hoax threats. Deputy Attorney said, for well over a year, this individual targeted religious institutions, schools, government schools, and other innocent victims with hundreds of false threats of imminent events and other crimes, caused profound fear and chaos, and will now face the consequences of his actions. He not only intended to cause harm as possible, but attempted to profit from these criminal activities, offering a fee to do it, said the FBI director. Of course, swatting poses a severe danger to first responders and victims, wastes significant time and resources, and creates fear in communities. The FBI will continue to work with partners to aggressively investigate. So right now, what I'm guessing is they're now investigating who paid for it, and extend charges to them, I hope. This individual was responsible for, I'm assuming this is the same person. I'm making an assumption. That's why I'm not naming them, but my letter says, where the case is taking place, and it seems like it's the same place. So this person had made more than 375 swats and threat calls, including calls that he claimed to have planted, things that go boom and things like that. Very, very interesting. Now, he's 18, then 17 at the time, was arrested from charges coming out of Florida from a May 2023 threat made to that. His federal charges were brought under Federal Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act and noted federal information file in 2024. It looks like he's being charged as an adult. He also pled guilty to making 3 other threatening calls in October 2022, a public high school, May 2023 to another college, in July 2023 to a local police department. So the FBI and Secret Service are all investigating those additional cases. So it looks like things are about to get much, much worse for this individual. And, all I can say is F them, F anyone who paid them to do it. And I hope they all rot in prison for the rest of their life. Because in my opinion, this is no different than an attempt on my life, an attempt on the life of my cohorts. Now, I don't know if it's the same person that was doing Tim. I got the letter. I don't know if Tim did. But whatever evidence and, whatever they want, if they want me to provide testimony, or if they want me to testify in court, I will make that happen. So make sure you join as a member on thequartering.com/join to make sure that I have the budget to fly down there and sit in the sentencing of this absolute loser. Remember, Black Friday sale, code monthly 40 to save on monthly membership and yearly 20 to save on the annual. And I'll be talking about this more in the members Discord a little bit more. There's some stuff that I don't want to put out publicly just yet, but my plan is to be at the sentencing because frick this guy and everybody who enabled him. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.